Let's be on our best audience behavior. We're going to tune first, and then we're going to jump into our set, guys. Go ahead and Larry.
comes to raising your kiddos, there's a lot to keep track of. Through all the busy, you're not alone. You have Quincy Medical Group Pediatrics. Your regular well visits with your pediatrics provider is a time to check on your child's health milestones and immunizations. Immunizations protect kids from serious illness, including measles, chickenpox, whooping cough, and more. We're here to keep your family happy and healthy. Visit quincymedgroup.com/pediatrics to learn more. Quincy Medical Group, we believe good health is based on great primary care. Part of your regular primary care includes screenings for cancer, annual checkups, and adult immunizations for pneumococcal disease, shingles, flu, Tdap, and more. These are more than just routine. They protect you from serious illness. Our primary care team is here to talk to you about what keeps you happy and healthy. Request an appointment at QuincyMedGroup.com.
Good evening. We still have some traffic backed up on Main Street, so we're going to delay 5 or 6 minutes to make sure everybody gets the opportunity to see graduation this evening. Apologies for the delay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Quincy Senior High School class of 2022. Please rise and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in the air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Can't tell if they're there yet. Graduates, please be seated. Good evening. It's my pleasure to welcome you to the 157th commencement ceremony in the great tradition of Quincy High School. Tonight, we will honor the graduating class of 2022, and we will wish them a fond farewell as they embark on their next great adventure. Earlier this week, 19 students and 2 teachers were tragically killed at Robb Elementary School in Texas. The heartbreak this has undoubtedly caused in that community is unfathomable. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor their memory. Thank you. Please welcome to the podium all school presidents Keshav Goneker and Casey McVeigh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the commencement ceremony for the graduating class of 2022. My name is Casey McVeigh, and I have the delightful honor of being one of this year's all-school student council presidents. Graduates, you may know me as the guy who screams over the intercom during morning announcements at school, reminding you not to bring alive objects to school for anything but a backpack day, or for my interview TikToks where I ask questions to students and staff members. Audience members, you may not know me, but that's all right, because we're here tonight to recognize all the accomplished students who have completed the necessary requirements in order to graduate and receive their high school diploma. This evening feels so surreal and quite weird. From the graduating students whom I've spoken to, we are all in agreement that this shouldn't be happening. It seems like just yesterday that we were walking into our first Blue Devil football game being screamed at by the seniors in the student section to cheer. But we are those seniors now, the senior leaders who encourage the underclassmen to be involved at QHS and cheer to support the other students at our school. Tonight is very special and serves as a pivot point in our lives. Graduates, it took a great deal of commitment and dedication to be here tonight and to receive your high school diploma, and for that, you should applaud yourself. This is truly a big deal. However, our story as Blue Devils would be incomplete without the gracious support of teachers, mentors, and your family. To my family, thank you for the unconditional support and sacrifices you have made to put my education first, and that does not go unnoticed. Also, I am so sorry for not waking up to my alarms and you falling victim to the ear-wrenching noise that comes from such a machine. I'd like to think of our class as the best, but as Mr. Bridle would say, that's self-serving bias. Seriously, we were the last class to be in a Netflix show and got out of not one, not two, but 3 sets of final exams. Personally, that sounds pretty great. Life, as we all know, took a sharp turn, but we were able to make do with what was available and made the most out of our final year as QHS students before we would call ourselves Blue Devil alumni. Our year consisted of several spirit and dress days, homecoming, Blue Devil sports games with unique themes, musicals, plays, concerts, prom, and unfortunately, homework. But this year also consisted of our farewell goodbyes to our favorite teachers and friends as we follow our own paths and part ways. I wouldn't consider this a final goodbye, but rather a see you soon. In these final few weeks, no, months, being a senior has been quite interesting. And if we are being honest, I know I'm not the only student to have fallen guilty of missing a class period or two because of a doctor's appointment. But I know it's all because we are so excited about entering the world of adulthood. Which leads me to my final point. No matter your path, whether it's school, the Army, or the workforce, just do what makes you happy and be you along the way. Graduates, although I may not have interacted with each and every one of you, I know from these past 4 years that we have spent together that you will go on and achieve greatness in your own extraordinary ways. And as a wise teacher once told me, goodbye, be safe, and make good choices. Thank you and congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Dave Patel, and I am one of the all-school student council presidents. When I started writing this speech, the only thing I could think about was how many people were going to be listening to me speak. Staring at a blank Word document, thinking of a full Flinn stadium and 450 students by my side is intimidating to say the least. I wrote one sentence, saved my document, and didn't touch it again for 3 days. And in those 3 days, I brainstormed what I should say, only to come to the realization that most of you have probably already spaced out. Regardless, I'm going to take this opportunity to celebrate and reflect. First off, I would like to congratulate every single one of you. It is certainly an achievement and a major milestone in all of our lives. High school was probably easy for some of you and harder for others, and I'm sure that many of you went through challenges that nobody else would be able to even begin to comprehend. You fought to be here today, and I am proud of each and every single one of you. But it would be ignorant if I didn't acknowledge the people that have helped us make this possible. Firstly, I would like to thank our teachers. They have put in countless hours and dedicated much of their time to us. They've also had to put up with our shenanigans, stolen pencil sharpeners, a school full of balloons, and our constant complaining of the music at homecoming, along with a host of other antics. Next, security guards, custodians, cafeteria staff, office staff, and especially the lenient attendance ladies. I want you to know that you are all very appreciated. Finally, I would like to thank my family. Shout out to my mom, who has made my lunches since kindergarten, and thank you, Dad, for telling me over and over and over again that what you do to one side of the equation, you must do to the other. Jay, thank you for being the reason I got in timeout, but for also playing games with me when I was in timeout. Seriously, though, I couldn't have asked for a better family. You have supported me through everything and been by my side through thick and thin. Graduates, we've accomplished so much in these last 4 years, but don't let this be the end. As seniors, we have a majority of our lives ahead of us, and with no script for the rest of our life, you have to explore and learn for yourselves. Travel the world, find love, save lives, and most importantly, be yourself. Failure is inevitable, so embrace it and grow. Ultimately, live your life to the fullest, and don't forget to reflect every once in a while. It feels like just yesterday that we were walking our schedules our freshman year and getting thrown around in the drumline mosh pit. Or maybe that was just me. Regardless, work hard, play hard, and most importantly, take time to cherish the moments that you have, because time flies. I'd like to leave you with one of my favorite quotes from an anonymous author. True hell arrives at the end of your life when you meet the person you could have been. This class has so much potential. Act on it, and you will change the world. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2022.
Thank you. That's Dave Patel, not Keshav Ganekar. Hopefully that's my only mistake this evening. You guys are good. Thank you. All right, before we start with our graduation ceremony, we have a special moment that we'd like to share with you. About 6 weeks ago, Moments That Matter, a Quincy Medical Group program that honors recipients who are experiencing a life-impacting diagnosis by granting them a wish, contacted me. Moments That Matter launched in 2018 in the Quincy area as part of the Unity Point Hospice program, focusing on honoring patients by fulfilling their bucket list wishes. In 2019, the program expanded by joining with the Quincy Medical Group Foundation, giving them an opportunity to honor more people in our community with moments. They had a young man who was facing a very serious illness whose wish was to be a Blue Devil. He wanted to spend a day at QHS and to go through the graduation ceremony. A month ago, this young man visited QHS, spent time with the marching band, and attended Mr. Barnes' art class. His name is Gabriel Baker, and he, his family, and his closest supporters are with us tonight. Gabriel is here today because when he was asked what was the one thing he wished to do if he could do anything, he replied, "I want to experience high school, and I want to graduate." Through collaboration with Gabriel's family, QMG, Moments That Matter, and QHS staff, today is the culmination of Gabriel's wish. Although Gabriel has faced several challenges in recent years, he's still a beacon of the Blue Devil spirit. As he faces more challenges in the future, hopefully he will take the memories of this day with him and continue to fight. We are honored to include him in the class of 2022 and award him with an honorary diploma. To the class of 2022, I hope that Gabriel will serve as a source of inspiration for you and that you will take his fighting spirit with you as you move into the future. Gabriel, on behalf of the class of 2022 and QHS faculty and staff, welcome to the Blue Devil family. Ladies and gentlemen, Gabriel Elijah Baker.
Would you guys like to go down the middle?
All right, I must admit that this graduation is a little bit surreal for me, as I'm playing two roles tonight. I'm a principal and I'm a father. I know tonight's not about me, but I'm going to ask you to indulge me for just a short paragraph. Last year, as I was sitting on the stage before graduation, I realized that this year, my parents would be in the audience to watch their son, as principal, hand their grandson his diploma. I got a little emotional thinking about how unique this moment would be. Sadly, my father passed away in December, so he will not get that moment. I know there are other QHS families who are in similar situations. Many in the class of 2022 have lost loved ones who are not able to be with us tonight. Their impact, their memory, their love, however, are apparent, and the evidence of that is sitting right here on this field. I would like to break with tradition this evening Instead of a moment of silence for those who are not able to join us this evening as we celebrate the class of 2022, please join me in a huge round of applause for all that they did to help get our graduates to this point. Because of my connection to the class of 2022, I have known many of you since grade school. While every QHS graduating class is special and unique, each one leaves indelible memories and impressions, and this class is special to me in an entirely different way. I've been honored to be a part of your four-year QHS journey as both a parent and a principal. The class of 2022 was unique in the following ways. You were one of the very few classes in Quincy Public Schools history to have only spent 2 years at junior high. 2 months into your first year at QHS, we were invaded by a network television production crew. The cast and crew of Queer Eye disrupted our daily operations for over a week, and many of you were featured in their final version of the show. It was an interesting start to your high school career. Another milestone and a promise, this will be the last time that I mention Queer Eye in a graduation speech. You probably thought there was no way things could get weirder than a network show being filmed at your high school. Unfortunately, you were very wrong. Your sophomore year was cut short by the pandemic. You left for spring break and did not return. You finished the year remotely. Your junior year included remote learning, an AB schedule, masks, quarantines, temperature checks, limited attendance at athletic events, the first ever virtual new faces, and a plethora of pandemic-related changes. Your senior year was the first semi-normal school year in almost 3 years. It included 5 days a week of school, the live return of Vespers, Oktoberfest, New Faces, Showcase, Mr. QHS, 2 plays, field trips, and full stands at athletic events. You had 2 National Merit Scholarship recognized students. You had 10 All-State musicians. You have a future Air Force Academy cadet. You had a sectional champion boys basketball team. You had state qualifiers in boys track, boys cross country, girls golf, wrestling, and trap shooting. You had an IBCA first-team All-State basketball player. You had 3 students go to a state competition and present their science research projects. And finally, you had exchange students from Italy, Japan, and Nigeria. Without a doubt, you had one of the most unique 4-year stretches of any QH graduating class in history. Despite the many challenges you faced, you persevered and in most cases thrived. You adapted and made the best of difficult circumstances. You have a lot to be proud of, and I'm confident that this is just the start of your great things. On behalf of the QHS faculty and staff, thank you for allowing us to be part of your journey. At this time, I would like to invite our honored teachers to the stage. Tonight, our processional was led by some of the retiring Quincy Public Schools staff members. Together, these 6 teachers, sorry about this, guys, have almost 200 years of combined service. I would like to briefly honor each one. Please hold your applause until all 6 have been introduced. First up is Blaine Barnes, who has 34 years of experience, 17 with the Quincy Public Schools. Blaine has an Ed Specialist degree from UMKC and an MA from Truman State University. Next up is Mary Christensen, 35 years of experience, 23 with the Quincy Public Schools, and an MS degree from Quincy University. Marlene Hellick, 37 years of service, all with the Quincy Public Schools. She has a BS from Western Illinois University. Lori Miles, 33 years of experience, all with the Quincy Public Schools. She has an MS from William Woods University. Janet Summers, 17 years of experience, all with QPS, with an MS from Quincy University. And finally, Brenda Zassine, 33 years of experience, 15 with QPS, and she has an Ed Specialist degree from Southwest Baptist University. Please join me in thanking and honoring these excellent educators. Please welcome Chris Klingel, QHS Assistant Principal, to the podium.
We'll give him a moment. Thank you. In recognition of the dedication and patriotism required to serve in our nation's armed forces, we would like to recognize and acknowledge the Quincy High School students who have enlisted in the military. Would those students and their parents please stand as I read their names and remain standing? Please hold your applause to the end. U.S. Air Force Academy appointment, Jetson Rose, son of Sean and Chris Rose. U.S. Army, Eric Gottman, son of Kevin and Gail Gottman. Annalise Jones, daughter of Nicole Jones and Robert Jones. Landon Knaus, son of Alan and Lori Knaus. Hunter Leckett, son of Melinda Mitchell. Parker McNay, son of Troy and Brenda McNay. Logan Means, son of Tracy Hanner and Benjamin and Crystal Means. Carson Neely, son of Chastity and Paul Reese and Luke Neely. Brianna Simmons, daughter of Paula Chanus and Jeremy Simmons. Illinois National Guard. Skylar Ingle, son of Sarah and Brandon Deeker. Caden Garnett, son of Don Hankins. Anthony Kimner, son of Stephen and Angela Kimner. Emma Sparrow, daughter of Denise and Lynn Sparrow. Bryant Spencer, son of Tamika Alexander. Drew Tipton Hicks, son of Rachel Hicks and Jeremy Tipton. Keegan Whitfield, son of Stacia Fenton and Kenneth Whitfield. Thank you for serving, and please give them a round of applause. You may be seated. In the graduation program, you will find an explanation of the QH Academic Awards. At Quincy High School, we grant several awards for academic excellence. The most prestigious are the Summa Cum Laude, Magna Cum Laude, Honors, Salutatorian, and the highest honor is Valedictorian. Students being recognized this evening have maintained a 4.25 GPA or above through 7 semesters on our 4-point scale. This is attainable because some particular rigorous academic courses are grade weighted. Would the students and the parents of the graduates please stand once announced and remain standing as I read your names in alphabetic order. Please hold your applause until all names have been read. Christian Alexander, son of Dr. Jean and Caprice Alexander. Davis Ashman, son of David and Sadie Ashman. Abigail Barnes, daughter of Brian and Cinda Barnes. Olivia Brown, daughter of Tim Brown and Kim Brown. Sophia Sapita, daughter of Ramondo and Ramita Sapita. Luke Chevalier, son of Dan and Dr. Christy Chevalier. Addie Cunningham, daughter of Todd and Jennifer Cunningham. Drew Dietert, son of Richard and Rebecca Dietert. Ella Inman, daughter of Brad and Carol Inman. Andre Emeka, son of Marley Asher and Chiquado Emeka. Diana Garcia, daughter of Umbrato and Anna Rose Garcia. Keshav Gonaker, son of Dr. and Hema Gonaker. Emma Gottman, daughter of Kevin and Gail Gottman. Courtney Johnson, daughter of Doug and Debbie Johnson. Harrison Knapp, son of Christopher and Melissa Knapp. Drew Krager, son of Terry and Sarah Krager. Nathaniel Lawler, son of Jay and Lisa Lawler. Kaylee Ludwig, daughter of Heidi Ludwig and Mark Ludwig. Casey McVeigh, son of Aaron and John Houston and Greg McVeigh. Anya Najapa, Dr. Sumama and Anjali Najapa, and I apologize for that. Elizabeth Nelson, daughter of Rich and Kathy Nelson. Lacey Novasil, daughter of George and Janelle Novasil. Dev Patel, son of Dr. Swathal and Pinky Patel. Addison Reckers, daughter of Steve and Dawn Reckers. Anna Schuring, daughter of Chris and Pam Schuring. Autumn Speckhart, daughter of Nathan and Amber Speckhart. Aiden Triplett, son of Todd and Amy Triplett. Ryan Turnbull, son of Kevin and Lori Turnbull. Please give these guys a round of applause. Thank you, and you may have a seat.
At this time, I would ask that the class of 2022 valedictorian and salutatorians please make their way to the stage. The salutatorian is the senior who has earned the second highest grade point average in the class. This year, QHS has 2 salutatorians. As far as we can tell, this is the first time in QHS history that this has happened. At the very least, it's the first time in over 40 years. This year's salutatorians are Keshav Ganekar and Anya Nanjapa. The valedictorian is the senior who has earned the highest grade point average in the class. This year's valedictorian is Diana Garcia. First up is our salutatorian, Keshav Ganekar.
Good evening, families, faculty, and fellow students. My name is Keshav Ganekar, and I have the honor of being the class of 2022's salutatorian. What makes this position even more special is the fact that I get to share it with an amazing person, Anya Nanjapa. But to be honest with you, she probably deserves it a little bit more than I do. I'd like to start off my speech by giving a special thanks to my mom, dad, and sister, as well as my grandparents who came all the way from India to watch my graduation today. It was my family who motivated me throughout high school and pushed me towards my dreams. Without them, I could never imagine being where I am today. I also want to thank 2 people who have practically become my brothers and members of my family, Drew Hicks and Barrett Whitfield. It was these 2 people who I journeyed through high school with and who stuck with me through the ups and downs of my life. Now, to be honest with you, I was not expecting to receive salutatorian at all. In fact, it was 3 days ago that I received an unexpected call from Mr. Steinke while on the bathroom toilet. When I first saw the QPS caller ID, I thought I must have done something wrong. But to my shock, the call was actually about receiving salutatorian. Initially, I was ecstatic, but then I realized I had to write another speech. So, Mr. Steinke, if you would have told me a little bit ahead of time that it was salutatorian, I might have been able to join Anya and Diana in their co-speech. Do you know how much time that would have saved me? As I look back at my 4 years of high school, it's almost impossible to put into words everything I've experienced. How do I even begin to talk about one of the biggest chapters in my life? Do I reminisce on old high school memories? Or do I quote a famous rapper like Kanye or Drake? Or maybe, just maybe, I make a 40-minute speech about our future and make everyone listen to it. Luckily enough, I only get 2.5 minutes, so I'll continue on. If you look at my transcript, my time at QHS would be summed up with various honors and AP classes that ended up amounting to a salutatorian standing up on this stage. However, to be perfectly honest with you all, this is not how I measure my time or my experience at QHS. QHS for me will be procrastinating until the last minute for countless essays and projects. It will be fumbling around on the stage during show choir and musical, barely keeping up with the dance moves. It will be showing up 5 minutes late every day during my junior and senior year morning classes. Sorry again, Mr. Stevens and Miss Maney. It will be walking in and know I'm supported by students and staff, even when some of them gave me a harder time than others. But I know they all had the best intentions in their heart. For me, high school will be summed up by the experiences and connections I made throughout, not the grades or the rank I received. And to my fellow students, if you have to take away one thing from my speech, let it be this. Never be defined by any single title or number. Instead, define yourself by your own standards, whether that be your ideals, accomplishments, or experiences. Don't let any person decide what value you hold, because in the end of the day, the only person you need to prove your value to is yourself. Thank you.
Keshav, that short timeline was the last gift we're going to give to you from QHS. It was character building is what that was. Next up is our second salutatorian, Anya, and our valedictorian, Diana.
Good evening, students, parents, teachers, faculty, and our very own bouncer, Mr. Bridle. I am Anya Nanjapa, one of your two 2022 salutatorians.
And I am Diana Garcia, your 2022 valedictorian. I would like to start by thanking my parents for bringing me here, where I became more than generations before me could have imagined. As a first-generation student and a proud Chicana, you have sacrificed so much for me, and it does not go unnoticed. Martin, Brian, and Avery, I want to thank you for the support you have given me throughout this journey. Thank you to the Questbridge National College Match for making a higher education possible for me and others like me. I would like to thank my teachers, counselor, and all the faculty that made my high school experience possible. You have all made an impact on our lives, no matter how small, and I will miss you greatly.
I would like to thank my parents for giving me the confidence and motivation when I needed it the most. Thank you to my sister, who makes me laugh at the worst possible times. Thank you, teachers, my counselor, club sponsors, the security guards, the lunch ladies, and the attendance ladies for their generosity and compassion, making my high school years memorable. Thank you to my extended family for helping read my seemingly endless college essays. To the Coach House, your 3-cheese mega grilled cheese sandwiches really got me through senior year.
So you're probably wondering why we're both here right now at the same time giving one speech. That is because today we change history.
The starting line was etched in front of us freshman year, when we knew that our high school careers would ultimately boil down to a singular title.
After finally crossing that finish line, we look back at all we sacrificed to get here today.
We focused on the percentages, the scores, the numbers, and stayed away from what we thought was unnecessary. Reaching for the title meant someone else, just as worthy, would not see that victory.
Today, Anya, Keshav, and I stand together as friends rather than competitors, neither above nor below our peers, but as a part of the class of 2022 who achieved and will continue to achieve great things.
With that being said, we are very grateful to be here today. We do not discount the honor that our titles hold, nor the hard work that brought us here. The class of 2022 has been triumphant. We survived a global pandemic. We learned virtually and in the classroom. We attended football games, senior nights, and signings. We studied through finals, AP tests, SATs, and ACTs. We stayed overnight to secure Maine Law parking stickers. Funny because I never had one.
We took a tumble or two. Well, that might have just been me, but we can both attest to completing midnight papers and pivot labs and fighting the urge to write answers may vary on biology worksheets, but maybe dropping a few classes for our mental health too. At the end of the day, we had to make choices.
Mrs. Dom, I'm so sorry you saw me Googling the interpretation of a poem, but to be fair, I wasn't going to understand it anyway.
We were on Netflix's Queer Eye, we got a new Blue Devil Stadium, we had many athletes advance to state, even our own Quiz Bowl team at Masonics, QED, am I right? In the following years, we will write our own history as QHS alumni. Let that sink in. We will go to college, join the military and the workforce. We will be leaders, CEOs, physicians, and everything in between. After 4 years of hard work, today is the day we can say we finally made it.
No matter who you become or where you go, don't forget where it all started, be it a QPS elementary school, Baldwin, QJAHS, or here at QHS. Because once you cross this stage tonight, know that a whole community of Blue Devils is ready to stand behind you.
Remember that you are more than your rank, your title, or your past. You have the rest of your life to achieve greatness, and we congratulate you for everything you've done so far. As the notorious Ruth Bader Ginsburg once said, that's the dissenter's hope, that we are writing not for today, but for tomorrow. Thank you.
You're good. Please welcome to the podium Quincy Public School Board President and QHS alum, Saeed Ali.
Thank you, Jody. What's up, 22? I'm Saeed. I was born and raised a Blue Devil. I'd like to give you all some advice tonight, but I do want to point out when I was your age, I wasn't a great student. I was barely able to graduate with my class, and when I started college, I was close to flunking out. And I just don't want to be up here and you think that I'm talking down to you. In fact, I view all of you as kind of like better versions of me when I was sitting there. I want to talk about 3 topics, and they have nothing to do with academics. They were things that were difficult for me, but important to get me to where I am today. And don't worry, I'm going to miss you with all that corny reach for the stars stuff. You know, I'll be real. First thing I want to talk about is partying. And I know you all know the dangers of the main things, alcohol and gambling and drugs, but it could also be staying up all night, playing video games with friends. My point is that whether you plan on entering the workforce or heading to college, it's more independence. You know, you're going to be in charge of yourself, and sometimes decisions are difficult. After high school, I was constantly faced with, should I try to study and learn what I didn't understand or go out with friends? And I didn't know how to study because I didn't do a lot of that before, and I was excellent at going out. You know, every time I made that decision to go out and party with friends, I think it would be like the right decision that night because it was fun, but it was always the wrong decision for my life. You know, the next day I honestly always felt like the hole was deeper. I felt, you know, more hopeless. Deep down, you're going to know what the right decision is for you, but deciding to do what's more difficult, less fun, without anyone there to make you do it, I mean, that was really tough for me. And I think if you guys can understand that and think about 1 or 2 months ahead instead of just that night, I think you'll already be ahead of the game. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is accountability. And it will always be easier to blame others and not yourself. And when I was your age, I mean, any type of misfortune, that was always someone else's fault. When I was 24, and I was actually doing pretty well in my career, but I still had that attitude. I remember talking on the phone with Mom and telling her how everything was falling apart and things aren't fair and I just can't catch a break. And a lot of you know my mom, and she's not scared of honesty, and so she lit me up pretty good and told me about complaining about everything isn't going to make people feel sorry for you, and how everyone, has that opportunity to do or be what they want. And that conversation really stuck with me and kind of changed how I looked at myself, not overnight, but I can tell you that now when I don't get the result that I want, I go to one person first, and it's myself. And did I actually do everything possible? Accountability, when I was your age, I would say is one of my biggest weaknesses, and now it's one of my biggest strengths. And ultimately, for me, I think it's made me a better and a much happier person. So don't shy away from that. My third point is about failing. And I don't want to say that I'm good at failing, because that definitely doesn't sound right, but I never quit doing what I wanted to do because I failed at something. Nowadays, a lot of people think that failing or losing equals something that's really bad. Sometimes we even try to make the option of failing, take that away from you. And as a parent, I get it. In my heart, I don't want my sons to ever be sad or lose at anything. But the fact of the matter is that none of us can really reach our potential without making mistakes and then learning from them and getting better. And I'm not going to church it up for you. When you work harder than you ever have for something like a grade or a promotion and you don't get it, it's like getting punched in the gut. It sucks. But please remember that is normal. That's just part of the path to success and happiness. So don't overreact to disappointment. Don't change your major just because of one bad semester, or quit your job because you didn't get that promotion you thought you deserved. Instead, just work a little harder when you're 19 and then improve again when you're 20. That's what I did. I went from D's to C's to B's, and fast forward today, sometimes brilliant people will call me and ask for advice, and it's like, how the heck did we get here? And truthfully, I think it's because I've had 25 years of mistakes and failures to learn from. I'm actually thankful for that. When I was sitting there, I thought if I failed at something, I was a failure. And I just want all of you to know that is, the furthest thing from the truth. I'm just going to leave you with a few things. One, if you want to impress someone, look them in their eyes when you talk to them and use a firm handshake. Number two, my nephew is graduating. I did my best to lull him into a false sense of security. I wanted him to think, hey, Uncle is not going to embarrass me tonight. But that is incorrect, Davis Ashman. Uncle loves you so much. And I'm so proud of you. And number three, the entire graduating class, as you start the second phase of your life, some of you are probably related to half the town and have a great support system. Some of you probably feel like you're on an island and don't have anyone. And that's not the case. If you want to work towards success and have questions or need someone to talk to, myself, Superintendent Webb, Steike, and Pettit, teachers and coaches, that's what we're there for. We're an email or a call away. We're done with the GPAs and, the attendance. We just want to see you succeed. You're all part of the Blue Devil family, and, family's family. The potential of this class, honestly, I feel like it's off the charts. I can't wait to watch it all unfold. I love you guys. Congratulations, and God bless the graduating class of 2022. Thank you.
Thank you, Saeed. Mr. Webb, I am proud to present to you the Quincy High graduating class of 2022. They have met local and state graduation requirements.
All right. To our teachers and entire staff from ECFC, elementary, junior high, and high school, thank you. You have always been a great staff. It has been a challenging few years, but in my eyes, you are heroes, and you have been there for the students of Quincy. To our parents, you have instilled the values and work ethic, and tonight you can celebrate your child's achievement. They are a great group of young adults. To the class of 2022, you have persevered and excelled. You have had a challenging few years as well. You and I graduate together as the class of 2022. You are some of my favorite students of my career. Keep up that positive attitude. Keep your can-do spirit. Keep your ambition to better your community and world. Keep your smile and sense of humor. In the bad times, you saw the good. When it was tough, you made it look easy. When there were challenges, you found opportunity. No class in Blue Devil history is more prepared to take on the world. On behalf of our staff and the Board of Education, congratulations and best wishes on an amazing future. And remember, you will always be a Blue Devil, and we will always be here for you. Graduates, please stand. In accordance with graduation requirements set by the State of Illinois and Quincy Public Schools District 172 Board of Education, I accept the Quincy Senior High School Class of 2022 and verify they have met all requirements and proficiencies necessary to be granted the honor and title of graduate of the Quincy Public Schools. Congratulations.
Graduates, you may be seated. We are here tonight to honor our graduates, 376 of them. Some of our seniors have been highly visible as they've progressed through Quincy High School. They've been involved in student government, music, the arts, athletics, or extracurricular activities. Many other students have gone through high school with little or no recognition. Tonight, for a brief moment, when the graduate's name is called, everyone will have that special moment. We ask that the audience be respectful of each graduate and not disrupt the ceremony. In addition, please turn off all cellular devices during the ceremony. Please remain seated. When you are up and down, you may see better or get that perfect picture, but there is a very good chance, however, that you're in somebody else's view. There will not be a recessional following the alma mater with the senior ensemble. We will have the tassel ceremony and a final moment of farewell for our graduates. Your cooperation with these simple guidelines will ensure a memorable experience for each graduate and for everyone in our audience. Now, please be patient with us as we prepare the stage for awarding of diplomas.
Diana Garcia. Anya Kodanda Nanjapa. Keshav Arishikesh Ganekar. Casey Ryan McVeigh. Dave Swethal Patel. Claire Marie Bartley. Rataya Lachey Bias. Megan Lynn Bazillion. Grace Renee Branch. Alec Christopher Eaton. Landry Victoria Edwards. Ella Bradley Eamon. Emma Rose Gottman. Eric Robert Gottman. Courtney Marie Johnson. Landon Allen Knaus. Harrison Knapp. Andrew Patrick Cruz. Kelsey Rose Learhoff. Madison Michelle McLean. Caleb John Schinderling. Lorraine Seaman. Morgan Marie Widmer. Aaliyah Carlene Adams. Paris Janelle Ramona Adorno.
Amelia Agankawa Agri. Christian Harris Alexander. Kaylee Suzanne Altgilbers. Madison Marie Altgilbers Hochgraber. Gavin Joseph Ames. Davis Ali Ashman. Dalton. Austin Travis James Amen. Lucas Anthony Bailey. Cale Dean Baker. Nicholas Stephen Bangy. Abigail Lydia Barnes. Lily Catherine Bartel. Emily Nicole Bates. Jacob Matthew Baudino. Lillianne Lorraine Baher. Isaac Benjamin Joseph Bennett. Cameron James Bergman. Michaela Renee Berry. Ashton Ross Beswick. Corbin Alexander Bays.
Ryan Matthew Biesterfeld. Elena Iolanda Biondi. Solomon Xavier Black. Adrian Lee Blattner. Carmelo A. Zalion Bradshaw. Larry Braxton Jr. Kerrigan Elizabeth Bridgman. Gage Nicholas Bringer. Cassidy Ann Brown. Connor Matthew Brown. Jessica Parker Brown. Sabrina Rose Brunier. Aiden Robert Bryan. Jesse James Bryant. Caden Dean Buchanan. Dylan James Burdett Becker. Abigail Virginia Buss. Brian Keith Buss Jr. Corey Matthew Buss. Abigail Suzanne Kane. Emma Lee Kane.
Paige Alexian Kane. Joshua Stephen Cayley. Kaylee Christine Campbell. Eli Wayne Campos. Amari Carl. Eric Michael Carlson. Mackenzie Ann Carter. Riza Tennille Cartmill. Tehran Lamont Cartmill. Daxton Kyle Kaspermeyer. Sophia April Cepeda. Luke Jim Chevalier. Cadence Paige Clayton. Paige Gentry Clayton. Zach Noel Cogshell. Neely Catherine Cole. Rashad Rakim Common. Grayson Arthur Cook. Sabrina Ann Cook. Quentin Stephen Cookson.
Sydney Joyce Cookson. Caitlin Nicole Coons. Serenity Ann Cooper. Emily Grace Crane. Kyra Elizabeth Cramsey. Ty Kane Crawford. Jack Dino Cricard. Addie Hope Cunningham. Anaya Lacole Dade. Caden Matthew Dance. Jacob Kent Davey. Corbin Blaze Davis. Mackenzie Kayanne Davis. Lily Ann Rose Davis Fleer. Drew Thomas Dietert. Blake Todd Degetz. Ace Thomas Degonia. Brianna Nicole Darrell. Elena Renee Delgado. Elena Rose Damas. Matthew Marcus Diaz, Jr.
Caleb Austin Dieterle. Elaney K. Dillon. Lucas Daniel Darrell Demet. Olivia Joy Doherty. Melanie Ann Dracher. Nathan Patrick Delaney. Logan Andrew Eaton. Denver Lee Echternkamp III. Parker Renee Eddy. Jaden Enoch Ellifritz. Grace Ann Ellerman. Gage Tyler Elston. Andre Malik Amika. Skylar Patrick Engel. Savannah Rose Escamilla. Aiden Zachary Lee Eiler. Alexander Keith Ferguson. Raven Danielle Fielding. Faith Elizabeth Fergie. Connor Jade Fenney.
Olivia Joanna Foster. Madison Brianne Franks Myers. Madison Ray Fries. Kennedy Lee Fry. Carissa Kyler Funk. Johnny Stephen Gallagher. Austin David Garnett. Caden Anthony Garrett. Keaton Elazar Gerling. Madeline James Gibson. Natalie Brianne Gilbert. Dylan Lee Given. Brianna Jo Gale. Natalie Rachel Gerlich. Todd Mayfield Gooding. Michaela Joy Goodwin. Adam Michael Stephen Gordon. Avery Marie Gramke. Micah Lynn Gravitt.
Avery Alexa Graw, Christian Fernando Greenwood, Isabella Marie Gresham, Tykia Shantae Griffith, Jacob Thomas Griggs, Jordan Nicole Griggs, Vivian Michelle Len Hamilton, Noah Michael Harbin, Aaliyah Ann Harrison, Bryce Matthew Hayden, Cole Thomas Herman, Jordan Tate Herman, Clayton Eugene Hibbert, Shamari Ariane Hickman, Reagan Elizabeth Hincamper, Aaron Cole Hochgraber, Blaze Michael Hayner, Cameron Douglas Elliott Holford, Caitlin Grace Hollensteiner,
Morgan Lee Holtman, Mason Elliott Horman, Ethan Todd Hauser, Angela Irene Huber, Isabella Marie Huckstep, Jared Christopher Hudnut, Colton Carl Hufford, Sydney Lee Hull, Tank Jaquan Kanye Humphrey, Breland Marie Humphreys, Caleb William Huntley, Asia Alexis Kiana Jackson, Annalise Brielle Jenkins, Spencer Reese Jenkins, Austin Tyler Johnson, Brennan Curtis Johnson, Jesus Santana Johnson, Kiavana Lataya Johnson, Layla Cherie Alize Johnson, Annalise Nicole Jones, Lee Anthony Jones.
Tanner Michael Judd, Eric Dean Cause, Gabriella Rose Kearns, Haley Alana Kelly, Peyton Olivia Kelly, Anthony James Kemner. Madison Elizabeth Kent. Ashley Harder Kem. Jillian Jade Kirkpatrick. Reese Aaron Klein. Reese Jacob Klingel. Joshua Cyrus Korshot. Dylan Andrew Russell Kovar. Riley Christine Elizabeth Kramer. Caleb Joe Krager. Drew Joseph Krager. Bren Nicole Krutmeyer. Hayden Emerson Lanky. Nathaniel James Lawler. Shane Edward LeClaire. Brooke Nicole Leonard.
Makai Lamar Lewis. Jackson Parker Lilly. Zoe Lynn Little. Ellie Michelle Locke. Gavin Sean Longcore. Aubrey Ann Luce. Hunter Lee Luckett. Jersey Lynn Ludwig. Kaylee Morgan Ludwig. Harley K. Lummer. Braden Andrew Lyons. Sean David Lissy. Jasmine Adrielle Maggart. Kayla M. McGuire. Allison Carol Marshall. Nathaniel Riley Martin. Emily Faith Mast. Logan Anthony Mast. Zoe Ray McGrew. Gavin Michael McLaughlin.
Parker James McNay. Braden Michael McPherson. Logan Gabriel Means. Zariah Meeks. Brody Logan Mercer. Luke Robert Medemeyer. Hunter Christopher Meyer. Sierra Ann Myers. Kevin Andrew Miller. Macy LeRae Minor. Imar Briley Miranda, Jr. Kyle Joseph Moline. Nathan Robert Lee Morris. Carson Reed Neely. Elizabeth May Nelson. Natalie Grace Newendike, Caitlin Miatien Nguyen, Cole Christopher Nicholas, Chado Dwayne Nichols,
Lacey Morgan Novacell, Alan Baker Oakley, Emma Margaret Obert, Chantella Chenille Rose Oliver, Max Elliott Perino, Emily Teresa Pasley, Lainey McKenna Patton, Chevy Marie Perkins, Marissa Rose Peter, McAndrea Brianne Flipson, Emily Elizabeth Pope, Emma Sue Predmore, Kendall Jolyn Rayner, Caden Patrick Ramsey, Adrian Michelle Ransdell, Sheila Linda Ratcliffe, Jalen Levi Raymond, Addison May Reckers, Jaden Aaron Redman, Gage William Reed, Ethan Lee Reinhardt.
Jameson Briggs Reese, Jackson David Richmiller, Keontae Sean Rideout Kelly, Diego Reese Roberts, Cameron James Rodemick, Nicole Marie Rikuzik, Shelby Nicole Rose, Ficker Stephen Rawson, Kyler Joe Rupp, Ariana Olivia Grace Sade, Carly Marie Joanne Sapp, Shaylin Page Sargent, Lathan Thomas Sesney, Daniel Nikolai Schild, Logan Wade Schluter, Madison Raishi Schmidt.
Anna Margaret Schuring, Connor Mark Schwindler, Joseph Len Scoggins, Alexis Lucille Scott. Katreya Shanae Scott. Tristan James Adair Selby. Cadence Lee Semkin. Kailani Ariana Shaw. Jezebella Grace Shelton. Brianna Renee Simmons. Chloe Margaret Sinek. Samuel Carter Skirvin. Macy Riley Smith. Robert Lynn Smith II. Sierra Kathleen Smith. Tyler Eugene Smith. Harley Dawn Snow. Lauren Margaret Sebbing. Brooke Elaine Sohn. Manola Pincom Sudavan.
Emma Gloria Sparrow. Autumn Ray Speckart. Bryant Keith Spencer. Donovan Edward Spencer. Eleanor Grace Spooner. Emily Brooke Lynn Sprinkle. Aiden Michael Stapleton. Kendra Rayleigh Starman. Brendan David Steckler. Beck Lee Steinke. Rose Leanne Stice. Taylor Deanne Stiglitz. Jensen Carter Stiles. Andrea Ray Stupavsky. Brooklyn Rayanne Summers. Jasper Caspian Sutton. Jeremiah Lewis Talton. Cassandra Jane V. Taylor.
Kenneth James Taylor. Jacob Anthony Thomas. Drew Michael Tipton Hicks. Mary Lou Trinidad. Aiden Christopher Triplett. Ryan James Turnbull. Vanessa Lynn Valey. Cameron Jolene Ann Vaughn. William Gregory Venvertlo. Simon Matthew Vigor. Lucy B. Vilsick. Jacob Allen Wagner. Luke William Walbring. Braden Michael Walker. Landon Parker Wallace. Chase Alexander Walton. Alexander William Wayne. Christopher David Weber. Alyssa Ann Weech. Mason Breckenridge Wynand. Bernard Carl Weisenberger III. Dominic Lee Turpin.
William Franklin Wells. Landon Patrick Wepler. Antonelia Weston. Barrett Michael Whitfield. Keegan Matthew Whitfield. Alvin Lewis Wicker. Lewis Scott Wiegand. Davin L. Williams. Reese Irene Williams. Caleb Benjamin Donald Willing. Zane Bradley Willis. Emma Amanda Wilson. Martin Galcom Weena. Ethan Patrick Woods. Angelica Marie Ray. Aaron Yang. Brennan Edward Zanger. Kristen Elaine Zanger. Rollin William Zanger.
Ladies and gentlemen and graduates, please rise for the singing of the Alma Mater. Guys, please bear with us for about 5 more minutes. Please welcome Senior Class President Keshav Ganiker.
Good evening, once again, families, faculty, and fellow students. My name is Keshav Ganiker, and I had the privilege of being 2022's Senior Class President. You know, it's a lot easier giving a speech the second time around. It feels like I'm becoming a pro at this. This time, I'd like to thank my counselor, Miss Jessica Beeston, who was with me throughout my high school journey and helped to guide as well as support all my decisions at QHS and beyond. And more importantly, for putting up with my parents, who I know constantly bombarded you. Miss Beeston, I'm not sure where you're at, but you're one of the sweetest people that I know, and I can't thank you enough. And on behalf of the class of 2022, I'd like to thank the family members that are in attendance with us today. It is through your constant support, not only in high school, but through our lives, that allows us to stand up on this stage here today. The impact you have had in our lives is immeasurable, and we cannot thank you enough. As I stand up here now, it's hard to believe just how far we've come. From our time in elementary school in Baldwin, all the way up to when we were a little freshman walking through the doors of QHS for the first time, the thought of graduation still felt like a distant one. I always thought it was cliche whenever a senior would go and tell me how fast high school goes by. Whenever I'd hear the words, I'd think, goes by fast? You've got to be kidding me. I'm over here drowning in homework and projects, and you're telling me it goes by fast? This thing needs to go by a lot faster. But here we are, just moments away from closing the chapter on a major part of our lives and opening up a brand new chapter as we move forward into the future. However, just because we are leaving QHS, this does not mean we are any less of a Blue Devil than we were our freshman year. The connections and memories we have made at QHS will stay with us and help to define our futures. And as I look at my fellow peers standing beside me, there is no doubt in my mind that every single person here has something great in their future. As I look ahead, I know I'm standing next to a group who will achieve amazing things in their future and help to better the world around us. Before I leave today, I hope to give a word of advice to not only my graduating class, but also their families and the underclassmen. To the families of the graduating class, I ask only one thing of you. Take time this summer to spend meaningful moments with your graduate. Whether that be going on a trip, visiting family, or just a weekly movie night, make time out of your break to do so. Because from this point on, life will never be the same with your graduate. You will not have the luxury of seeing them every day at home. So please, cherish the moments you have with them. And also, I know I said only one piece of advice, but another one I have to give. Get your graduate whatever they ask for, whatever they want. Trust me, I am an unbiased opinion. Just give them whatever they ask for. To the freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, my only advice to you is to appreciate the time you have left. While it may not seem like it, your graduation is soon approaching. So take time to appreciate your day-to-day life as well as those around you. I know that school can be a drag, and sometimes it feels like the clock doesn't move. But believe me when I say, high school moves faster than you think, and you're gonna wish that the clock would have stopped entirely. Now, for the class of 2022, I have two pieces of advice. My first being to always pursue some form of learning and to continue to grow your education. It may seem ironic considering my last speech, but a quote by Kanye West no better describes what I'm trying to say. I'm not comfortable with comfort. I'm only comfortable when I'm in a place where I'm constantly learning and growing. Class of 2022, No matter what your future holds, always be willing to pursue your dreams, because that will lead to your success. And now for my second suggestion. I ask the class of 2022 to please take a moment to look to the right and the left of you. You may not know the person sitting beside you, or you may be best friends with them. Either way, you all have something in common. You are all Blue Devils. No matter who you are or where you go, you will always have people who are there to support you. You have all gone through struggles and hardships throughout high school, but these are the people that have been with you since the beginning. So I implore you, do not let go of your memories or connections with QHS. Make an effort to try and stay connected to this place, whether that be visiting Quincy from time to time or simply saying hello to an old friend. Because at the end of the day, no matter who you are or where you go, you will always be a Blue Devil. Thank you. Now for the tassel speech. To the class of 2022, goodbyes are not forever. Goodbyes are not the end. We simply say good luck to all until we meet again. As we hold our tassels as the class of 2021, we take our first steps into the future. Graduates, with me, please move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations and good luck.
I'd like to offer one final congratulations to the class of 2022. It takes a veritable army to put on an event this large and do it successfully in under 2 hours. So I'd like to thank all the faculty and staff that have put this together. Special thanks to Jolene Briscoe, Debbie McNeil, and Sherry Mangold for their organization of tonight's ceremony. I'd like to thank you all for coming out. Once again, congratulations. Good night.